As I mention all the time, your views and comments are always welcome via social media. Just go to Joy News on TV, on Twitter, and on Facebook. Drop your comments and we share with the rest of the world here on the program. And we start off from the Ashanti region, where the story of the nomadic herdsmen and the people of Agogo seem not to go away. The Agogo youth who have planned to hit the streets tomorrow are locked up in a meeting as we speak with the Agogo Worldwide Association and the local council of churches over the nomadic herdsmen issue. Insure FM's Ohiming Tewia is following the story keenly and joins me now on the line with details. Ohiming, has that meeting ended yet? Do we know what the outcome is?
Yes, Francis, the meeting has ended, and the members have also proceeded to meet the Konongo Divisional Police Command officials. So as we speak now, yes, the meeting has ended. But the topmost agenda was tomorrow's mammoth demonstration by three associations backed by the traditional authorities and that of the local security, Christian local council of churches. And that is what I have been told, that indeed they held a meeting to draw the up strategy for tomorrow's demonstration to ensure that indeed it will be a peaceful one.
Okay. Now, Ohiming, for the meeting today, apart from drawing up the plan for tomorrow's demonstration, did they indicate whether there were some other outstanding issues they had to discuss?
Yes, they discussed, for instance, the performance of the security agencies in the roadmap to drive out nomadic herdsmen and their cattle out of Agogo. And also, they also discussed what could be the possible line of action after tomorrow's action. So they have been speaking about what how the entire process has gone and what the process will also hold for them in the months and days to come. So that is basically what they have been speaking about. But let me also say that from the discussions that I had with members of the three associations, they made me understand that indeed they are not satisfied with the performance of the security agencies, especially that of the members of the Operation Cow Leg is a joint police military team. They are not satisfied at all with their operations, and they had expected that once they are here, they will push the nomadic herdsmen and their cattle out of Agogo completely. But don't forget that March 30th ultimatum issued by the traditional authorities lapsed on 31st March, so they were expecting the security agencies
to abide by that. And Ohiming, it's good you mentioned that point, because that's one thing that we've been looking at critically. What happened to that? Are we to understand then that in Agogo right now, there are a lot of these nomadic herdsmen still in the region destroying the property of these farmers?
Yes, the March ultimatum or deadline elapsed, but we still have the nomadic herdsmen and their cattle inside Agogo lands, and that is something that has infuriated the three associations and that of the people of Agogo. So they say that tomorrow, they also want to invite the traditional authorities to be part of tomorrow's march, and that is when the traditional authorities will outline the next line of action, whether to take the laws into their own hands to kill the cattle here, or maybe they will still expect or look up to the police and the security agencies to flash them out. That is what they'll be doing tomorrow.
Okay.
I wanted to get more information as what will be the next line of action, whether they will drive the cattle themselves out, or maybe they will still expect the security agencies to do that for them.
Right. Ohiming, for the local authorities in the area, and I'm talking about the district chief executive and the security agencies, what's been their response to the preparations being done by these groups for tomorrow's demonstration?
Unfortunately, when I went to the district assembly, I couldn't find the district chief executive, for instance, to speak to. But in my previous encounters and discussions with the district chief executive, Mr. Porkins Aderu, he made it clear to me that indeed, as an assembly, they will give all the necessary support to respect-backed roadmap, which led to the coming into force of the Operation Cow Leg team here. So indeed, for him and the assembly, they backed the police military team, and he even said that once the Nananum issued that ultimatum, they will expect Nananum to also implement it. I hope tomorrow I'll have the opportunity to speak to the district chief executive. But not long ago, the divisional police commander just left the meeting with the traditional authority and the youth association, just ensuring that tomorrow's event will be a peaceful one.
Okay, all right. Now, we also know that for these demonstrations, one of the individuals in the community that's been very vocal, Ahiming, is the member of parliament for the area. Are you aware in any way whether he will be a part of tomorrow's event?
Yes, from the information that I picked from the secretary of the Agogo Youth Association, he indicated that indeed all the citizens of Agogo will be part of tomorrow's event. Don't forget the Agogo Worldwide Association, representing all the Agogo residents who have traveled abroad. Their representatives are also here. They'll be part of tomorrow's march. So indeed, they expect the MP and even parliamentary candidates to be part of tomorrow's event, as well as Nananum and all the people who matter, especially in Agogo here. So they say that this will be a mammoth demonstration. That is why they are also engaging the local Christian council to ensure all people, especially Christians and all religious groups, also join tomorrow's march.
Okay, all right. Thank you, Ahiming. We are following that development in Agogo. And I must say that on that matter of the representatives from the diaspora who are from this part of the country, Agogo, we can speak to one of the representatives, Mr. Sam Kusi, who's joining us now on the line. Good afternoon to you, sir.
And how are you?
I'm fine. I hope you are too.
By his grace.
Okay, great. Now, we know that tomorrow you're embarking on this demonstration. Yes, we know it's about the nomadic herdsmen invasion, but is this demonstration really necessary?
Yeah, thank you very much for putting me online. Clearly, it signifies our frustration throughout the whole process, particularly when we have been so peaceful, patient in trying to get this matter resolved in a more civil, under the rule of law. We couldn't have asked anything better than the way we have managed the whole process since these issues erupted. Okay, we have gone to court. We have a court order that simply should be executed. This is 4 years, my brother, and we are so engaged in these atrocities. People can't go to the farms. It's so scary. Okay, this is a farming season. This is a planting season. Come to Agogo. You can't even find plantain to buy. I was just passing by, and people were wondering whether they wanted to have fufu this afternoon. And they were just sharing with me they cannot even find cassava to buy. Agogo, my brother, the farming that is going to come as a result of what has gone on this year is amazing. The food produce that come from Agogo in support of our economy. Again, the fact that these people have prevented our farmers, to go to the farm so that they can do what they do and make their living and also to support our economy. They cannot do that.
Okay, now, I get you. We know how bad the problem is and the need for it to be fixed. But here's the thing. We know that Operation Cowleg is already underway. They are doing all they can, the security agencies, to get to the bottom of this matter. So then I ask, will your demonstration change anything? Would you not rather want
I don't know whether they are doing all they can. I don't know whether the security people are doing all they can. Okay? That's our frustration. Because when we had all the security top leaders come to Agogo, met the community with the district assembly and came up with a plan, we all gave the benefit of the doubt because we have gone through this process before, it didn't work. Okay? So this time, when they all came here, it gave us some assurance that perhaps this time around, they are going to be serious. But all we see is there's lack of commitment from the government. So the government has failed us. We have been disappointed by the government because you can see from the security personnel here that they are willing to execute the work. And when you go back to look at the evacuation plan that was done 4 years ago, the last stage, the first one was voluntary departure. The second phase was given time frame. And then the last aspect of that plan was forceful evacuation. And that's where we are. And the security people are telling us they have not been authorized to forcefully get these people out of the place. So what can we say? That's why we are going back to the streets in a very peaceful manner again, appealing to our government to understand that we live under the rule of law. The court, has made a ruling, and it's 4 years in counting. My brother, the other dimension of the issue is that as we speak, a citizen of Agogo who was arrested about 2.5 years ago went to the court. All we heard was he has been sentenced to death. He's languishing in someone prisons as we speak. And ask yourself, how many of the Fulanis, and almost about the 50 people who have been killed, how many Fulanis are facing any prosecution whatsoever?
Okay, so Mr. Nyankusi, tomorrow you demonstrate. You want something done about this. If after your demonstration, the action you want to see, you do not see it, then what?
Then what we are saying is that the last aspect of the evacuation plan was forced evacuation. So if the government can do that, we have to reclaim our land. We have every right under the laws of the land for us to be able to fight and reclaim our land. And that's what we will do.
And when you say fight to reclaim your land, in what form will this be?
In a forceful manner, as the evacuation plan indicated.
Will that not fly in the face of the law? Why would you not let the already existing process run its full course?
No, it came from the evacuation plan. That's what we are following. Okay? And the law does not allow anyone to occupy one's land and kill them. Does the law allow that? And the law says when the court gives an order, it must be carried out. What else? My brother, what else do you want Agogo citizens to do? I'm asking.
I know how frustrating this is for you, but I'm saying that in as much as you want things done, clearly you will not want to move from that realm into the realms of illegality, breaking the law to get what you want.
It's not breaking the law. You are misinterpreting breaking of the law. If you are defending yourself, you don't break the law. That's not breaking of the law. And we have gone through the process, and the government has an obligation, okay, when the court has indeed given its ruling, and then identify an agency that was going to be responsible for carrying out the court order. And 4 years and counting, and nothing has been done. Okay. So what are you telling me?
All right. Okay, Mr. Simon Nyankusi, thank you for speaking to us this afternoon here on the program. He's a representative for the Agogo Worldwide Association. They are embarking on a massive demonstration tomorrow in Agogo. Essentially, what they are asking for is for the complete flush out of the nomadic herdsmen in that part of the country. They want it done as soon as possible. Otherwise, they will take the law into their own hands and forcibly eject these nomadic herdsmen. Let's see how that plays out tomorrow when they go and demonstrate.